Sage Wanderer here, coming at you from my cabin down by the creek. So, I really wanted to produce a video today and preach a sermon for you and continue on the series on the Kingdom Wars. But as you might have already figured out, I'm still getting well. The good news is I am getting well. I'm getting healthier by the day, but I'm still having a hard time speaking. My throat is still sore, and I don't know that I can get through a sermon. Plus, I've got a fair amount of brain fog from this sickness, and I so I've had in my possession a Z pack, an antibiotic pack that I've held onto for years, and I did some research on those, and they'll last up to 7 years. They can last up to 7 years if they're kept in a dark, dry place. And so they've been in my gun safe for like 5 years, and so I finally broke down and thought that if I don't get this infection in my throat under control, whatever it is, and I was starting to believe it was not a virus but some kind of bacterial infection, that if I don't get that under control, I'm going to end up in the hospital, and I don't have health insurance. And so I went ahead and started the antibiotic treatment, and it was effective because I immediately got an improvement, but I'm still not 100%. Last night, I finally got my first full, uninterrupted night of sleep. That helped a little bit with the brain fog. But, when I make these videos, these sermons, this isn't like a stick and mortar church where I can deliver a sermon on Sunday and by Monday it's just gone, right? Everyone heard it. They might remember it. They got the information, but it's just gone. I'm creating something that's going to be here hopefully for years to come. That these sermons that I'm delivering that are especially important in this Kingdom War series, that this Kingdom War series could be something that could be viewed decades in the future. So I don't want to produce something if I'm not at my best. I don't want to produce something in this series that's, halfway done and not clear or concise, or that I'm obviously struggling. I don't want to produce a video like that because these things are going to hang around for years, I hope. My dad used to joke that that the Apostle Paul, if he'd had any idea that his epistles would still be being read in churches 2,000 years later, that he would have taken more time with them, that he would have been a little more careful. He might have explained himself more in detail, that those, from his perception, were just letters to other church leaders to help them deal with problems that they were having at the time. And that if he had known that people were going to build doctrine on them for thousands of years into the future, that, he would have been more careful about what he said and spent more time working on them. And that always stuck with me, to know that when you're delivering something, whether it's the written word or in the case of modern technology, these videos, it's very important that you produce something that you're proud of, something that accurately reflects what it is you're trying to teach, and that the quality of the delivery and the train of thought is clear and concise, because it could just go away tomorrow. You could get a few hundred views and then be forgotten in time, or it could be something that people were pulling up and studying tens or 20s or even hundreds of years into the future. It's a timeless pursuit. And so I want to make sure that when I deliver these sermons, that I'm at my best, and that I'm doing a good job of clearly communicating. And you can probably already pick up just from this video that I'm not at my best, and I'm having a difficult time communicating, and I have brain fog, and my throat still hurts. And I had a couple of nights where I didn't sleep at all. I just kept waking up every 5 minutes. I'd fall asleep and immediately wake up gasping for air because my throat would close. And but I have responded to the antibiotics, and I'm getting to the point where I'm not having to use maximum amount of ibuprofen. I'm using a normal amount of ibuprofen now to cope with the pain, and I definitely feel myself slowly getting better. So I hope to be able to deliver a full, full 30 minute video later in the week. Hopefully, give me a couple more days to heal up, and a couple more days of getting the Z-Pack down me of the antibiotics, and give it time to have effect. And I hope to be back in the saddle soon, because this series on the Kingdom Wars is really important stuff. And if you find yourself needing a Sage Wanderer fix, as it were, like if you're missing the content, I urge you to go back and re-watch the, I guess, 8 episodes now of the Kingdom Wars, because this is heading somewhere. These videos aren't random, they're linked, and they are kind of, whenever I create a series, it is intended to be binge watched. That's my hope, that people in the future will sit down with one of my playlists like the Kingdom Wars and watch all of the videos back to back, because one builds on the other. So if you want to, I'd suggest going back and doing that. But I've got 1,200 plus videos on this channel, and so go back and rewatch some stuff, and I'm going to try to get well as soon as I can, and get rid of the brain fog and get my communication skills back on point, and my throat, so I'm not hurting all the time. And as soon as I get there, then I'll get the videos back on schedule. So just bear with me on that. I wanted to touch base with you today, and I touched base with you, I think, on Thursday or Friday as well. Not just because this is the time when I usually upload, but if you don't upload at all, if I were to just tell you guys, hey, I'm sick, I'll get back with you when I'm well, and not have these check-in videos, I'd stop showing up in your feed. The algorithm punishes you for taking any time off. And so whether I'm sick or on vacation, I still try to make at least some short videos touching base with y'all. And I want to thank y'all for supporting me financially through this sick downtime. So most of my regular contributors are still sending in the financial support, even though I'm not producing like I'd like to be because of the illness. But thank you for basically giving me sick pay and keeping my bills paid here. And thanks to all of you so much who support the channel. Thank you to all of you who prayed for me. I'm not discounting the fact that I got a couple hundred people probably praying for me in this sickness, and that is powerful right there. And I have made a turn for the better. Friday night, Thursday, Friday was really tough. A little bit better yesterday. Got a good night's sleep last night, and I hope to be well here in just the next couple of days. So thank you so much for the moral support, the kind words. Thank you for the comments and the prayers, and we'll see you next time. So bless y'all.